Starting with the nose, because you can see straight up from the nose, the eyes are connected. And out from the nose and around below would be the mouth and jaw area. I'm going to turn my paper vertically. And because I'm drawing on dark color, I'm going to pick a brighter color so that I can see. I'm using oil pastel because if I make a mistake, I can color over it later with a darker color oil pastel. I'm going to use a light blue instead of white because I have cool colors on my page. If you're doing warm colors for a tiger or a leopard, then I would choose to draw with white. Let's take a look at our cat's nose. You can see it is kind of a triangle shape that's a little round at the top. I'm going to start with my nose about one hand height up from my page so that I have room to draw the jaw and I still have plenty of room to have extra paper. So again, I'm going to lay my hand here at the bottom of the page and start my nose above it. I'm going to draw an upside down triangle. So a straight horizontal line across. Oops, it's not a perfect line. No big deal. I can color or fix that later, and I'm going to draw that triangle shape. Below the nose, you can see a straight vertical line and then two diagonal lines. I will be drawing a straight vertical line, not too long, just a little bit, about as long as my finger. And then I'm going to draw a diagonal line coming out, a little bit past each part of my nose. That gives me room to draw in the jaw of my cat. Look how the nose, the edge of my triangle, straight up would be where my eye starts. And again, on this cat, the edge of my nose straight up is where my eye starts. So I'm going to draw the bridge of its nose straight up from the corners of my triangles. I don't want to go too far up. That's about as high up as I want, almost equal distance from the jaw. And now I want to draw the eye, a curved line, almost like a frowny line or a bump up. And my eye should be about the same. So if it's helpful, you can do a little dot where you want to end your lines to make sure they're about the same. That's called sight measuring. So I have my bump up. Now I need my bump down, or my smile line. My bump down. And now I have the shape of my eye. I'm not coloring anything in yet, but I am going to start adding the inside of the eyeball. So starting on my bump up, I'm going to curve it down around. And you can see I'm touching the top and bottom of my eye to make a big, wide eye that I will be coloring in. Let's connect the dots now. So from the bottom of my eye, I can connect it to the nose of my cat. I can draw my line straight down from the middle nose, and I'm gonna curve it out just a little bit to connect my spaces. These are the cheeks of my cat. Now we want to draw the jawline of the cat. So I'm going to draw along the bottom of the jaw, up to the mouth, a little bit past, and then I'm going to curve it around where my eyes are. If you want to make a little polka dot, a little dot where you want your top of your head to be, it might be helpful. So I'm going to start at the other side, right where I curved out from my jaw around, past the eyes. They're not touching the eyes. And then I'm going to start at the dot, and I'm just going to go down to connect, down to connect. We need to get those ears in. Those ears are curved lines and a big bump up and down. My line drawing is complete, and I'm ready to add color where I want it. The inside part of my cat's eyes are black. So I'm gonna show that shape and color it in black. If I made a mistake and I don't want it, I can use black to cover it up, coloring it in gold. Now, it's a little bit see-through. Anytime I want it to be a little more solid or a little bit lighter, add white, and it'll make it more solid so that I don't see that painted paper through. Look how I'm leaving a little bit of a dark spot. That's the pupil of my cat's eye. And then I'm going to do a white circle here for the highlight. Draw that circle where the dark space will be. add my highlight shape, and then I know where to color the rest in with gold. I'm pressing really hard when I do this so that there's no painted paper showing through. And where I want it to be lighter and brighter, I add white. I could mix color in. What happens if I add a little bit of green in there? My Black Panther should be very black. If your tiger or leopard has stripes and spots, you can use the black oil pastel to draw in your stripes. I'm using black to add some fur texture in some places where I want it. My Black Panther has a nose that is outlined in black, and I'm gonna blend in some dark brown so it just stands out enough but isn't a bright pink nose because my cat is black. This is a part where having a picture could be helpful for you to add more color and make it come to life. My Black Panther has whiskers that go out. I like seeing a little bit of that goldish color along it. I'm using some light blue and other cool colors, and I want its eyes to be nice and dark around the top. Looking at a picture to help give me ideas, drawing from observation, noticing the shapes and colors and lines of my cat to make it look more believable. Using line and mark making with my oil pastel, not coloring in all of my paper because that painted paper I made before creates a lot of texture already. I am going to be cutting this out. I want my whiskers to be white, and they go out way long. They're not just on the cheeks. They're nice and thin and not all the same length. The inside of my ears are very dark black, so I'm going to take that black and color it in solid there so that it creates some texture for the ears, and it makes it look like it goes in and back. I don't color the whole thing. I'm leaving space around to make it look like it's the outside of the ear and then the inside of the ear. Coloring the black area just where I want it to look like it goes deep and back. With oil pastel, if you make a mistake, like I don't like that line, I'm just gonna redraw it and then color over the part I don't want with a darker color, and that fixes the shape. There's no mistakes here, only problem solving. When you feel like you're done, step back, have a friend hold it up, and look at it from a distance. I really liked the way the glow was happening here around the eyes, so I decided I wanted to brighten it up a little bit right there to make that stand out at a distance. And I used the light blue that I was originally drawing with to add a little more texture and make things stand out just where I want them to look like they're glowing.